Class 7. Today I am going to start chapter number 18. As you have seen your term plan, there chapter 18 is there in the periodic test 1. So I have to start chapter 18 today. Take out your books. The chapter name is Data Handling and Measures of Central Tendency. So data handling, you all are aware. You are doing this work from class 5. Okay, data handling. What is data? The data is the collection of numerical values that convey some information. Okay, data in its original form is called raw data, that you know. The data collected directly is called primary data, and the data that has already been collected for some other purpose is called secondary data. And that you are aware, tally marks are a quick way of counting items in groups of 5, that you are aware these things. So data handling you are doing from class 5 onwards. You have done pictograph, you have done bar graphs. Here we are going to add some more work in data handling. We will learn other applications and importance of data handling. But before starting chapter 18, there are warm-up exercise. Warm-up means the revision exercise, whatever you have did in your previous classes. So here you check your knowledge, that how much knowledge you have gathered in the previous classes and what you know. So exercise, warm-up exercise, that is on page number 237. Just you turn your book, page number 237. Always keep your book beside you so that you can understand that what I am teaching actually. Here in the exercise, question number 1 is written that following are the weight in kg of some participants at a trekking camp. Okay, so following are the weights. Weights are given in a trekking camp. The participants' weights are given. They have told you to construct a frequency distribution table using tally marks. So tally marks, you are aware about tally marks. Okay, if not, just you revise how I am going to write. So first of all, in this data, what numbers are there, I am copying those numbers. Numbers are 45, then it is 56, then it is 61, then it is 56, then it is 31, 33, 70, 61, 76, 56, 36, then 59, then 64, then 56, then 88, then 28, then 56, then 70, then 64, then 74. So this is the data of the weight of the students or weight of the participants, okay, at a trekking camp. They are going to track the camp and these are the weights, and total number of students, total number of participants is not given here. So you need to count here how many participants are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. That means by this given data, it is clear that there are 20 participants. In that tracking camp, there are 20 participants are there. Now, I want to draw its tally mark, construct a frequency distribution table using tally marks. So, for the first question, what you are doing? You are making a table, and in that table, you are drawing its tally marks. So here weight of participants, then you are writing telemarks, and then frequency. So here what things you are going to write in this table? I have taken here 3 columns. In the first column, what you will be writing? In the first column, what you are writing? So you are writing here the weight. In the first column, you are writing weight in kg, weight in kilogram. Then you are writing telemarks, telemark. Then you are writing frequency. I hope that you have remembered how to draw the frequency table. So this table you are going to draw the frequency table, and in this frequency table there are how many? 20 numbers are there. So what is the smallest number in entire data? Just you check that which number is the smallest number over here. So here 45, then the smallest number is 31, 31 and less than 31, any number you are getting? Yes, here you are getting 28. So at first you have to look at the smallest number. At first the smallest and then highest. Then smallest number is 28 and the highest number, that means the biggest number, greatest number. In this row, which number is greatest? Just you look at that number. I can see here one number I am getting, that is 76, and here the number 28. So maximum number is 76, but here one more greatest number I am getting, that is 88. More than 88, nothing is there. So between 28 to 88 I can make its group. It is better to write the number in group. So what we have observed, that the greatest number is 88 and the smallest number is 28. So now I am going to frame that number. So at first I have seen that here the smallest number is how much? The smallest number is 28 and the greatest number is 88. Now we have to write the numbers accordingly. I can arrange. So you can start 28. You have to write simply 28 there. After 28, just written 28, cut it. How many 28 are there? 28. How many 28 are there? Can you see 28 number? So only 128 you are getting. So here you can write 1 and here you can write its frequency is 1. Now after 28 the next number, what is the next number here? After 28 which number is coming? After 28 the smallest number which you are getting, that I think it is 31. So after 28 you are getting 31. And how many 31 you are getting? How many 31 you are getting? You are getting only 131. So you can write here 1 and here you can write 1. That means only 131 you are getting. After 31 the next number you are getting, that is 33. So you can write here 33 and it is also 1. So write here 1. Then after 33 you are getting here 36. Okay, which number you are getting? 36. So write here 36 and how many 36 you are getting? Only 1. So draw a line and here you can write 1. So 36 is only one number 36 or any more 36 is there? No. After 36 then think the next smallest number after 36, which number is coming? In this group I can see that the number 45 is there and in this group the number only 45 is there. So I am just cutting it, I am writing here 45 and how many 45? I have seen here only 145. You just check, any more 45 is there? Not there. That means only 145 I am having. After 45, which is the smallest number? Then the smallest number I can see here 56 is there. Which number is there? 56. And in this line only 56. So after 45 I am writing 56. And now let us count how many 56 is there. 156, then 256, 2, then here 356 is there, then here 456 is there, and then here 556 is there. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, and just you cut it to write 5. So here 28 was 1, this is also 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, after writing here 1, here we are having 5. So this is called tally mark. You are aware that when you are writing 5, that means you will be drawing 4 line and then cutting it like that, then you can see 5 is coming. So this is the way to write the tally mark. So 56 5 times you have seen 1, 2, then 3, then here it is 4, and then here it is 556 already written. Then next smallest number you have to think. After 56 I can see there is 61, and then less than that here one number 59 is there. Okay, 159, that means I can write here after 56, I can write here 59, and it is only 1, so I can write here 159. I have seen and it is written there. So check the data. Okay, just write the value like that and arrange in a table. So 59 is written. After 59, the next smaller number I can see in this group, it is 61 is there, and down also 61 is there only. So after 59 I will write 60. After 56 I will write 61. So how many 61 is there? Only 161 is there, or more is there. Just you count the 61, 161 is there, 261 is there, 261 is there. So in front of 61 I have made this 2 lines, and here I will write 2. Okay, and try to take it separately. So draw the line so that you can keep the number separately. Wait here. Okay, then 31, you are having only 131. So write it, arrange it so that you can write 31. How many 31 you are having? Only 131. Then 33, you are having only 133. So draw the table. Use your scale pencil to draw these lines. 36 also. Then you can count it easily, observe it easily that how many numbers are coming. Okay, so let here I am not using a scale, so my line a little curve type line I am taking, but you need to take right here, make the table, and 59 you are having only 1, then 61 you are having 2. So like that you have to draw the lines and for making this frequency table. So like that you can draw the frequency table of these numbers. Now after 61, so 61 you have seen, you are having how many 61? 261. 161 is there, another 61 is there. After 61, which is the smallest number in this group? Here I can see 70, but coming down, then 64 is the next smallest number. And how many 64 I am having? 164 is there, another 64 is there. That means I am having 264 also. So here I will write 64, and here I will give 2 lines, here I will write 2. Okay. So this 64 is also written. This is 64 is written. After 64, which number is there? After 64, which number is there? In this line, I can see 70 is there. Okay, the smallest one. So 70. After 64, I am having the next smallest number, that is 70. Now count how many 70 you are having. Here 170 is there and there 170, means 270 you are having. Draw this 2 line there and here you can write 2. So 270 gone. Now after 70, few more number we are having. So after 70 we are having which number? I am going to write it just down in your table. You will be making the table in such a way that you can write all the numbers together, but here I am having no space, so I am writing after 70 the numbers there and their tally marks I am going to arrange here itself. Okay, so 3 tables I have taken and I am inserting the numbers over there itself. Okay, after 70 which number I am getting? 70 to 70 is written. After 70 which is the smallest number? Here I can see 76 is there, then here 74 is there. Okay, so I can write here 74, and how many 74 I am having? Only 174. So I can give here one sign and here I will write 1. Then after 74 which number is there? Then 76 is there. 76. After 74 you are having only 76. How many 76? Only 1 here. Okay, so only 176, write here 1, write here 1. After 76, which is the smallest number there? That is 88. That is 88. 88. How many 88 is there? Only 188. So write here only 188. Okay. So here all the numbers are written. You can see in the middle, first I have written weight. So this is the weight, this is the weight, this is weight, and here it is tally mark, and here it is frequency. Here it is frequency. Okay, and you will be drawing the attached table. You will be drawing the attached table. Table should not be separated like how it is separated on my board. You will not separate it. You will be drawing on the same page. Now you can add the sum. That means total is written like n. Total is written as n. N means now you need to add it. 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 9, 1, 10, 11 and 2, 13 and 2, 15 and 2, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So total here 20, you can write n or you can write here total, your choice. But most important thing is there in this tally mark. Tally mark is very important thing here. When you are making frequency table, at that time you need to write the tally marks. Tally marks, once again I am going to tell you how you are writing tally marks. Suppose you are going to write 10, that means you can write here 5 and again you can write here 5. 5 plus 5, 10. Suppose I am going to write 13, that means this is 5, this is also 5, then I will write here 3. So this is the system to write tally marks in a group of 5 numbers. For this 4 line you are drawing and then you are cutting it, giving a cross. So for 10 you are writing 4 line you are drawing, then you are cutting it. For 13, suppose 4 line you have drawn, then cutting it, then 5 plus 5, 10 plus 3, 13. So this is the way to write tally marks that you have studied in class 5 itself, and 6 also you have done. So it is not new for you, just the warm up exercise is the revision exercise where you are learning how to write. So here the table is attached, the remaining numbers is written over there. Once again I am repeating that this should be on the same page. On different page you will be not writing it. So together you have to write all the numbers. So this is a number question This is question number A of 1. In A number, you can see that construct a frequency distribution table using telemarks. It is done. A number is done. Now, what is the highest weight? So, for B number, you can write the highest weight. The highest weight you can see from here, it is 88 kg. What is the highest weight? That is 88 kg. Now, directly you can write the answer. C number, how many participants weight 70 kg? So, C number, you can see 70 kg. How many participants are there? 2 participants. Now, after arranging it, you can give all the answer very quickly and fast. So, C number they are asking, how many participants weight 70 kg? So, 2 participants weight 70 kg. 2 participants weight 70 kg. So, how many participants you are having of 70 kg? 2 participants. Then this is C number. Then D number, which same weight do 5 students have? So, 5 students have which same weight? 5 students should have same, that is 56 kg. So, 56, number 56 is coming 5 times as we have counted already. So, 56 is coming 5 times, that means the 56 kg student, how many, which same weight do 5 students have? So, 5 students have 56 kg, D number. So, 5 student weight are, which same weight do 5 students have? 56 kg weight, 56 kg weight have 5 students. 5 students. That means 5 students or 5 participants are having 56 kg weight. Then E number, what is the total number of participants? That you can see there are 20 participants. So, you can write there are 20 participants in all. You can write there are 20 participants in all. So, E number's answer you can write there are 20 participants. So, you have seen it was just a revision of the frequency table which you have already done in class 6, in class 5. So, how to write the frequency table? Here only one thing is very important, then when you are writing tally marks, that time take care, you make the bunch of 5 numbers. Okay. And now this, I hope that this question you have understood. Now going to question number 2. Now look at question number 2. Look at the bar graph showing the pocket money of 5 students and answer the following. Here you can see a bar graph. What written? You can see names is written, pocket money of 5 friends are also written, then pocket money in rupees is written. So, just you have to observe the table. Look at your book and observe the table, that what they are asking in A number, who gets the highest pocket money among the 5 students? Who is getting the highest? You can see Nisha is getting the highest pocket money. Who is getting the highest pocket money here? You can see Nisha is getting highest pocket money, that is 100 rupees. So, you can write who gets the highest pocket money among the 5 students? Nisha is getting the highest pocket money among 5 friends. Now, B number, how much pocket money does Azad get? So, Azad is getting 80. You can write Azad is getting rupees 80. How much pocket money does Azad get? Azad is getting rupees 80. Number C, how much more should Salini get so that it becomes the same as Rahul's pocket money? So for C number, let me write the answer on the board, then it is more easy for you all. You can see. So 2 number question. The table you are having already. Now here A number, who gets the highest pocket money among the 5 friends? Nisha gets. You can write Nisha gets. Nisha gets the highest pocket money. Nisha gets the highest pocket money. Pocket money, okay, among the 5 friends. Among the 5 friends. Among the 5 friends. Okay, that is rupees how much? That is rupees 100. Nisha is getting how much? Rupees 100. Now B number. Coming to how much pocket money does Azad gets? So Azad gets how much? Rupees 80. Azad gets rupees 80. Okay. Now C number. How much more should Salini get so that it becomes the same as Rahul's pocket money? So C number, first you write Rahul's pocket money. Rahul's pocket money. Pocket money. How much Rahul is getting? Then Salini's pocket money. Both you write first. Salini's pocket money. Pocket money. So how much Rahul is getting? Just you can see. Okay. Rahul is getting rupees 70. Rahul is getting rupees 70. You can see the bar graph. And then Salini, she is getting rupees 60. She is getting rupees 60. Now they are asking in C number that how much more should Salini get so that it becomes the same as Rahul's pocket money. Therefore you need to find the difference. Therefore the difference. How much difference is there? Rupees 70 minus rupees 60, that is rupees 10. So Salini should get 10 rupees. So you can write Salini should get 10 more rupees. Salini should get rupees 10 more, rupees 10 more. How much more she need to get? Rupees 10 more. Okay. Then she will also have the same amount whatever Rahul is having. Then D number, name the person who gets rupees 50 as pocket money. Now coming to D number, you can see the graph, you can see the bar graph. Who is getting rupees 50? Meenu. So you can write Meenu is getting rupees 50. Meenu is getting rupees 50. Who is getting rupees 50? Meenu is getting rupees 50. Now E number, is there anybody who get the same amount as Meenu? Meenu, how much Meenu is getting? 50. Anybody else is getting rupees 50? No. Is there anybody who gets the same amount as Meenu? You can see in the bar graph that no one is getting rupees 50. So that for E number you will write no. No one is getting, no one is getting rupees 50. Okay. No one is getting rupees 50 except Meenu. Rupees 50 except Meenu. That means Meenu is getting only rupees 50. So this is the answer of question number 2, and this is all about to read the bar graph. I know that you all can read the bar graph. Just bar graph, in the bar graph you can read the information very quickly and very fast. Now going to question number 3. In 3 number question, given is the number of sports shoes sold by a shopkeeper on 5 consecutive days in the month of April. Draw a pictograph and a bar graph to represent the given information, choosing an appropriate scale. So bar graph and a pictograph. So for the bar graph you need a graph sheet. How question number 2 is done? You can see question number 2 is done in a graph sheet. So you need to take one piece of graph sheet. In that graph sheet, just follow all the things. All the things means, to draw the bar graph you need to draw, you have already drawn the bar graph, and if you have not drawn, you can see question number 2, one graph is already, bar graph is already drawn there. So at first you will be writing the scale, then you are drawing the graph and you need to color it. After doing and coloring, you can tear that page and paste in your classwork copy. So one piece of graph sheet is required for you to draw the bar graph. Then pictograph. Okay, so how to draw the pictograph, you are aware about that also. Pictograph you can draw. How you can draw? Let me discuss something regarding the pictograph, because bar graph so you can draw there by looking question number 2 there. Question number 2 bar graph is there, and you also know about the bar graph, so you can draw. I am discussing something for pictograph. So pictograph, what is there? In a pictograph, days you will write. So this is 3 number. I am showing you pictograph. Okay, in the pictograph, what you need to write? In a pictograph, first of all you are going to draw the table. In that table, in the first you will be writing the information provided, that is the day. That is day. So first you will be writing day. Then day's name, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday you will be writing. That is suppose Tuesday, then you are writing Wednesday, then you are writing Thursday, then you are writing after Thursday, Friday is there, you are writing Friday, then you are writing Saturday, After writing this, you have to draw the pictures in the pictograph. Now in these pictures, first of all you need to think a scale. That means scaling is very, very important. Here you are writing day and here you are writing scale. So scale, you can read the question, Tuesday 100 shoes sold, Wednesday 80 shoes sold. So like that it is sold. So here scale, one scale I can draw. I am going to make the vehicle like this, the suitable diagram. Okay, so suppose this is my vehicle. Any photo, any picture you have to draw. So like that you have to draw, and one car is representing 10 cars. This is my scale. So scale is settled. If I am drawing this type of car, that means this is showing 10 cars. So Tuesday there are 100. That means 10 cars you need to draw. How many? 10 cars you need to draw like that. So you have to draw 10 cars. So suppose this is the 1. Then like that you draw the cars. Okay, suppose this is the 2. So like that you draw 10 cars there. Total how many cars you will draw? 10 cars. Why? Because 100 is there, and 100 can divided by 10. Then what answer you are getting? 10. The answer you are getting 10. So, one car represents 10 cars. To show the 100 cars, you need to draw 10 cars. So, here 10 cars you will be drawing. Then on Wednesday 80 is there, that means 8 small car you need to draw, or any other design also you can take. If you love to draw car, you can draw car. If you don't love to draw car, what I can draw? Any other thing also I can draw. What I can draw? I can draw like this. I can draw like this. See, like this I can draw. I have drawn like that, and at that case 10, I can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, like that I will draw 10, then it is showing, see, it is more easy to draw. Okay, one wheel I have drawn, you try to draw the wheel. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wheels I have drawn, and one wheel is showing 10 cars. So, 10 wheels will show 10 cars. It is your choice. Now, suppose Wednesday 80 cars are sold. So, 80 divided by 10 is giving you 8. That means 8 wheels you need to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 wheels. So, this is only the pictograph. So, 8 wheels you can draw, and this 8 wheels means 80 cars. Then on Thursday 120 means 10, 120 you can divide by 10, then 12. So, you can draw 12 wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and just you try to draw pictures of your choice. So, here I am trying to draw the wheels itself. So, you can draw the wheels as per your own choice. Just you take care number of wheels that you have to represent. So, here you need to write the day's name, and scale you will be writing first. One wheel is showing 10 cars. So, accordingly I am going to frame. Then Friday 90 it is, that means 9 wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 wheels you can draw. You can color your wheels, okay, so that it can look nice. And if you can draw the car directly, it is better to draw the car. If you can draw nicely, okay, if you are having time you can draw. Then 130 divided by 10, that is giving 13. So, here I need to draw 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12, then 13. So, like that I have drawn just wheels. This is my choice. You can draw a car. A car means you can draw one car here to show the scale, that one wheel is showing 10 cars. So, if I am drawing 10 wheels, it will show 10 cars, 100 cars. If I am drawing 9 wheels, it will show 90 cars. Like that you can draw the pictograph. This is called pictograph. Pictograph means what? A pictorial representation of the data is known as pictograph. So, by the pictures, pictures can be your choice. It is not like this that a car is there, you need to draw just the car. No, a sample car, small type of car which you can draw fast, use color. Yes, of course you have to take care of the neatness of your notebook. So, it should be neat. Your notebook should be neat and clean. You can use colors to color it, okay, that depending upon you. So, this was just a revision for data handling, and today's work, whatever work I have shown, that is your previous class work. That means whatever you have learned in class 5th, class 5 and 6, that is the revision, and it is warm up exercise. So, by the warm up exercise I have tried you to remind the frequency distribution table, then the bar graph and pictograph. So, you just do all these questions. Next day I will show you the remaining thing of chapter number 18. Thank you for today.